The truth has been leaked surrounding LeBron James's odds and Cleveland's interest to acquire LeBron James. What is Cleveland thinking about acquiring LeBron James? Who in the league might be considering it, if that? And what can the Cavs do to get LeBron James? So if I wasn't planning on making another LeBron James video, but we just got new news surrounding the Cavs and LeBron James and what the Cavs might be thinking of LeBron. So before we get into that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And it's just under 68% of you are not subscribed. And I recommend hitting the subscribe button because so many things happen with the Cavs. News like this that I didn't think was going to come out. Amani Bates, Larry Nance Jr., Sam Merrill, Lonzo Ball, and just more to come because the Cavs must acquire more if they want to continue to compete at the top level in the Eastern Conference in what is a weak East as of right now, sadly due to some injuries and also because of Boston just getting rid of a lot of guys. The Cavs offseason is going to say a lot about what the Cavs' goal is and what they can do to win a championship this year. So let's talk about LeBron. I wasn't planning on making a LeBron video, but we just got new news and the truth about the Cavs surrounding LeBron James. So let's see what it is. So per NBA Central and Basketball Talk, the Cavaliers are not that interested in LeBron James. For a lot of you, I saw the comments on the first LeBron video. This is probably a good thing for some of you guys, and for others, a lot of you guys want LeBron to return, so I know there's interesting mixed opinions surrounding LeBron. But as of right now, it seems like the Cavaliers are just not interested in him if he were to become available for a trade, if he requests a trade from the Lakers. And unironically, it's not just Cleveland, of course. I feel like because of LeBron's pure value, we know that the core four would have to be split up. At least two of these guys, I would assume Jarrett Allen and Darius Garland would both have to be gone and sent away if you wanted to acquire LeBron James in the first place. And you would have to also get out of the second apron by getting rid of those guys first. There's just so much that would have to happen if you wanted to acquire LeBron James. And those two players, Jarrett Allen and Darius Garland, would definitely be gone. And then you would have to pair LeBron with Mobley and Mitchell, which on paper in my head actually sounds phenomenal. But we know what you would have to get rid of and what the Eastern Conference is right now. I feel like if you have LeBron, you probably make the Eastern Conference Finals pretty easily. You might, but I don't know. It's tough to say, but let's kind of keep looking at LeBron and the details that we have here. So NBA insider Kevin O'Connor said LeBron James to the Cavaliers would require getting under the second apron, which would mean losing Jarrett Allen, Darius Garland, and a third guy, probably Max Strus. That also would include DeAndre Hunter, sadly, or instead of Max Strus. It's a lot to give up for a player who may not put you over the top and may have only 1 year left. Then again, Allen has folded in the playoffs and Garland is a tiny guard. Could trading them be a low-key salary dump for Cleveland, Then whenever LeBron retires, the front office would have cap flexibility to build next to Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley with better fitting players than Allen and Garland. So in a strange way, adding LeBron could help optimize their short-term title odds while also helping in the longer term. So LeBron James at 40 years old, a 24-point scorer, 8 rebounds a game, 8 assists per game, 51% from the field, and 38% from three. Still a great player. It doesn't change. I understand he's old and he hasn't won really much since his last ring in 2020 in the bubble, which, hot take, I believe that ring is actually highly impressive and it's not a Mickey Mouse ring like people say. But anyways, let's continue talking about LeBron James. So basically what O'Connor is saying is that if you get LeBron now, you might be better because of Allen and Garland's lack of elite play in the playoffs. And then and then after that, once LeBron's gone, you get a big salary dump, which means you can keep Mitchell, keep Mobley, and then build around those two with better pieces that fit than Allen and Mitchell, which is interesting. Or Allen and Garland, which is interesting to think about because maybe there is a realistic world in which splitting up this core four to acquire LeBron is actually valuable. Kevin O'Connor seems to think so. Me, personally, I think you get a backup center and this team should win the Eastern Conference next year. But that might be a lot to say because truly, I think that's the biggest need right now. Of course, the Cavs have only re-signed Sam Merrill, signed Larry Nance Jr., and traded for Lonzo Ball. So they have been making moves. I do believe that they have gotten better technically, but there's still room for them to make improvements. So there's not many teams that are interested. It seems like New York is, per ESPN and Legion Hoops. There's little to no trade interest for LeBron James if he became available, and the Cavs are one of those teams that is not interested in LeBron. But it also says not that interested. So they might think that if there is a world in which getting LeBron makes them 100% better for the short term and the long term, then they might go attack LeBron. But because it's so unrealistic and what you would have to give up for LeBron, and the approach to it is very difficult. I doubt the Cavs are even looking that way. I'm putting a lot of trust in Dan Gilbert and Koby Altman. I think that there are moves for them to make that they totally could do that. We'll just put them on the top. Like, can the Cavs just get a backup center? Like, I can't keep saying this enough. I'm getting so sick and tired of saying the fact that they need a backup center. Can the Cavs just get a backup center? Anyways, let's keep talking about LeBron here. That's the point of this video. There's just not much to it when you think about it. It's just like what O'Connor said is really interesting to me because in a way, when I put it into my into retrospect, it's like you could, in reality, compete in the Eastern Conference because LeBron owns the East, but he also hasn't won a Western Conference playoff game in 3 years. It's like he did make a Western Conference Finals as a low seed 2 years ago, so it's like there is some love there. And then if you put them in the East, where the East is just bad right now, unfortunately, it's the Knicks are the favorites to win the East, right in front of Cleveland. Cleveland's second to. Has the second best odds to win the East. It's interesting to me. Of course, he's still in his 40s, and no matter what you say, LeBron is not getting better as a player. That's just going to be the truth. That's how regression works. And if you look at his statistics over his career, that guy is not going to get better. It just comes down to, can LeBron give you his absolute 110% in a playoff run? Because I'm not sure who the Eastern Conference has a chance of being LeBron, especially with the fact that the Cavaliers have struggled with physical leadership and just physicality in general. That's something that LeBron James brings. So you get positives out of it. It's just losing the core four just for one player is hard to think about. But again, Garland is a tiny guard, and Jarrett Allen has performed lackluster in the playoffs and has looked like the softest player and maybe the worst playoff performer for the Cavs. So maybe losing those two guys, if you could only lose those two guys and then maybe Max Strus or DeAndre Hunter, hopefully not Hunter, I'd prefer to lose Strus. Strus actually played really well in the playoffs until that final game. Or I guess he had 2 bad games in the playoffs, but for the most part, he actually played pretty okay. He actually stepped up against the Pacers in a lot of those games. But yeah, New York is interested, but we're not a New York Knicks page. There is a Knicks Digest out, Knicks Digest, where it looks like they have a chance at acquiring LeBron James or might be looking to get LeBron James to add something to him. I would hate that as a Cavs fan if I had to watch LeBron James play in the East again. If you guys remember when he left Cleveland to join the Heat, that was miserable. The first year without LeBron, we had Mo Williams and just being basically our best player. It was J.J. Hickson. I know you guys remember. Come on. I know my history of the Cavs. I remember watching those bums. Sadly, that bum team. And then we drafted Kyrie, of course. And then once LeBron came back is when we ended up competing. But yeah, the Cavs are not that interested in LeBron James. Not that interested. I mean that there might be some slight interest there. But as of right now, it doesn't seem like LeBron James is going to be a Cav. So I'm done making LeBron videos unless some news comes out where the Cavs have offered a trade for him or LeBron James requests a trade and Cleveland is his top choice or something. Things like that could happen. I didn't plan on making a LeBron video, but this is the update, guys. Let me know if you guys are happy with LeBron James probably not coming to Cleveland, or if you would prefer if LeBron James comes to Cleveland. Let me know. Comment below. Like this video. Share this video with your friends. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already, because we post so much videos on the Cavs offseason because a lot happens, a lot of rumors, and a lot of interesting insider takes from some of the NBA insiders. So let me know what you guys think. As always, thank you guys for joining me.